up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with another dope reaction, fam. That is right, it is about time for MCC Pride 22. That is right around the corner, and as of yesterday and today, officially all the teams have been announced, which you know means all things MCC have come out with their video. MCC Pride 22, all teams announced, and predictions, because our one and only CPK will be giving out his predictions, which we are super stoked to hear and give ours as well. So I hope you enjoy this. But before we jump into the video, make sure you show all things MCC some love by subscribing to their channel. They are so close to 100K subs, and if you enjoy my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo woo. Oh, let's go, Sauce Gang.
What's going on, guys? My name is CPK, one of the hosts of all things MCC, and with MCC Pride right.
I'm telling you right now, chat. This team that's up here right now, I'm liking red, fam.
Around the corner.
And remember, this is not
have
canon.
Made a video where I go through, break down all the teams, and then at the end I give you my predictions to see if you agree or
Not
if
canon.
you hate what I've just said. Usually it's the latter. Let me start by saying last event I had a stinker. I think my predictions were the most off they've ever been, potentially. So not great, but usually they're pretty good. But you can already see the first team on the board right here. It's the Red Rabbits. Dream, George, Carl, and Foolish. Now, this is actually a very, very strong team. Definitely one of the stronger teams in the event.
I think arguably the strongest team. I mean, you got Dream just coming off. God, I'm happy. I'm happy. Captain and Tommy and Purple and Orion won, but you guys know I hate it when Dream loses. But he made it. He kicked butt, made it back to Dodgeball. Goggy was performing well too. You know, Foolish, Carl, they're all good.
Right off the bat. A season 2 average of 8606, which is very good, especially to say that Carl hasn't really played and Foolish is brand new to the event as well. Basically, we get to see the return of Dream and George again, which is always a strong duo. I think that this team is in a fantastic position to win the event, and I think that people are going to have a whole blast. I know that Dream is really training Foolish, or Foolish is MCC training all the time, and Dream seems to be there at all times.
Really?
So good. Foolish is probably going to be cracked out in this event, and I can't wait to watch this team. I think they're going to be incredibly strong.
I think the thing with non-canon MCCs, so, you know, this is the second Pride, and then they did Rising. There's usually such a drastic difference between the good teams and the bad teams. So
next up, with a season average of 8076, it's the Orange Ocelots, Illumina, In the Littlewood, Snifferish, and Elena. And there's been a whole bunch of people that have wanted to see Illumina and In the Littlewood team together, so that's really cool that we finally get to see that happen. I think this is going to be a very good Ace Race team.
So that means it has happened, right?
In the Littlewood, the last time I remember him doing Space Race, assuming it's going to be Space Race, I actually think it might be Clouds. It was Clouds for the last event. But Martin is very, very versed in Ace Race, and I think it'll be a really good event for him. Sniff comes into this event, I think, being a top 5 Meltdown player. So if we see Meltdown coming into the mix as well, stacked up with Illumina, Elena, and In the Littlewood, I think that's going to be a really good game for these guys. But obviously, we don't know the games yet, so everything could change. Super fun team to watch. And I think that the real hard point of this is how much is Illumina going to go hard in this event? Because Illumina could really pop off, and I think we could see a very high individual placement from him. Next up, it's the Yellow Yaks with an average of 7628.
I like
so
this
so
team.
far, statistically, the weakest team we've seen, made up of Smager, Grian, Shovel, and Gem.
Did he just say weakest? Like, this isn't a super weak team. Again, don't get me wrong. They don't got any, like, god tier players. But, you know, Scotty, he's usually around top 13, top 15. You know, Grian's around the 20-ish. I think Shovel's maybe about 25. And Gem, I don't know. I'm guessing probably 30 to 35.
I did make a joke on Twitter that this team's initials are SG, which means they're probably going to be a very good survival games team for no reason other than the fact that it's just SG.
I like that.
Could even stand for super good survival games. Outside of this, I think what we see is a really great all-round team, and a team that absolutely will want Build Mart to be played for the first time in like 3 events. Probably fingers crossed.
If you know how I feel about it.
But a team with great vibes, good strategy, and an absolute wealth of knowledge from playing in so many MCCs. I think this team is a force to be reckoned with. I think we can see this team doing a little better than what the stats will say that they should do. Next up, with an average of 7.216 for Season 2, it's the Lime Llamas. Made up of Kradzy, Spifey, Ponk, and Eret. Really cool to see Spifey thrown back into the mix after the last event. It seemed like he had an absolute blast. I watched some of his POV from the event. So cool to see him to get to play in back-to-back ones. Kradzy is always exciting to watch, always capable of making amazing plays individually and with his team. You know it here. I personally am one of the biggest Ponk fans in the entire universe, and I absolutely love Eret. So really, this team to me can do no wrong. I don't think it's a team that can win the event. I could be wrong, but I think this is a team that's going to float around the middle, sort of 5th to 7th place maybe, dependent on the games, of course. But a real fun team to watch.
So I completely agree with them. I don't think they have, and again, don't get me wrong, Kradzy's good, Punk's good, but I don't think they have that level of teamwork that's gonna get them, you know, to constantly place in about the top 3 of what you really need. You need to place top 3, you know, roughly about 5-6 events, win 1 or 2 of them to get to Dodgeball. And I don't see Lime doing that.
I think we can see this team do pretty well in a game like to get to the other side and whack a fan. But let's see what happens on event day.
I love to get to the
and the last team announced for day 1.
Bruh, look at this team! This is gonna be a fun team to watch, chat. Valkyrie, Ludwig, Sykkuno,
the Green
and
Geckos. Valkyrie, Ludwig, Sykkuno, and Laserbeam. Now, there's no stats for Laserbeam because technically Laserbeam was only in a non-canon event, and the team builder does not account for that. Ludwig actually did play in MCC 13, and 2 more newcomers here in Valkyrie and Sykkuno. Now, I think it's pretty fair to assume this team is a team of new players. None of them have played in Season 2. I always do get the MCC mixed up for Season 2, though. 14 was the first one, right? I'm pretty sure. I always forget, though. So it's been a while since Ludwig's been in it. I would honestly guess that was probably the last time Ludwig or Laserbeam even played Minecraft for the most part. And we're talking about a year ago at this point. I have no idea how...
Actually, Laserbeam has been in some Tommy in It videos. But, you know, that's not really playing.
First, Valkyrie and Sykkuno are. I know that Sykkuno is a big gamer, so think that they will get a lot of... potentially some practice stuff out there. These are fantastic streamers. Genuinely love the content they create. Do I think they can get out of last place in this event? I think it's going to be hard. This is the only team of brand new players, basically. So even with a...
It's going to be one of the worst teams, but one of the most watched teams. It's going to be crazy.
Unless they're going to do some VOD reviewing, etc., which, you know, I think they're just going to show up and play for fun. I think it's going to be an unbelievable POV to watch. I think it's going to be super fun. But I can't see this team getting out of 10th place. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be fun.
They're all great, but it is what it is. The first team announced on day 2 is going to be the Cyan Coyotes, made of 5-up, Tubbo, Gumi, and Amesy. I don't know why Tubbo's picture is so blurry. I've only just noticed that now, and now it's actually stressing me out. This team, I think, is going to be super vibey to watch. 5-up and Gumi obviously have great chemistry. And Amesy is now thrown in the mix too, so good to see Amesy in another event. I do think that we've missed a trick here, though, because we could have had a whole Misfits team of Tubbo, Rambo, Amesy, and Sniff, and that would have been absolutely lovely to see. So far out of the teams that we've seen, this is the lowest average with just under 7,000 for Season 2 averages. I actually used Tina for Amesy, and I don't know how fair that is realistically. I think that Amesy could potentially put up a little bit more than Tina did. But Tubbo and 5-up have had very impressive Season 2s. And even in a non-canon event, I think they'll be looking to build on that. I'm looking forward to seeing Tubbo's absolute domination of the journey map in Rocket Spleef Rush, as he always seems to do. Next up, it's the Aqua Axolotls. We see Tapple teaming up with Antfrost, Velvet, and Gizzy Gaza. Velvet being the newcomer for this team for the Pride event, and the return of Gizzy Gaza after featuring in MCC 12 and MCC 18. There's been a big gap in events for Gizzy. Is this team going to practice and do stuff? Who knows? Probably not. I know Antfrost is usually the guy that loves to like sweat and do VOD reviews and everything. Is he going to make the team VOD review for Pride? I don't know. He might. I'd respect it, honestly. But either way, always great to see Tapple in the event. Love seeing Tapple pop off. He had a bunch of fun in Meltdown last time. I'm just excited to see every team play Meltdown this time around. So please don't skip it if it's available.
And chat, again, we missed MCC last time because we were on vacation. So I'm stoked to see Meltdown as well.
Again, really no clue how good Velvet actually is at the game. If Velvet is as good at the game as Velvet is at making tweets that make me cower in fear, then
I don't even know
Velvet will be the next S tier. That's where things get interesting. It's the return of the Simmers, all right? The Blue Bats are back as they should be, the Sims team. But we're getting the new and improved Crytek Zeus. all right? The Zeus that grinds, the Zeus that loves to win, okay? Zeus is going to be motivated for this event. And this is where things get very, very interesting, because I truly believe that the Blue Bats will finish 9th. I think they got 9th place in the bag. I think that the battles between this team and green are going to be phenomenal, and I actually cannot wait to watch. This is definitely going to be, I think if I'm watching the event, I'm going to definitely have Zeus's POV up on my other monitor, watching through, because I think it's going to be an absolute blast. Everyone always loves when the Simmers are in the event too, as do I, so it's great to see them back in the event.
So are all 4 of them Simmers?
And I can't wait to see what this team can do. Next up is the Purple Pandas, made up of JoJo Solos, Cora Corvus, Captain Puffy, and Nikki Niachu.
And this is, Chad, this is a tough, like, because JoJo has been on a tear. Like, literally JoJo joined an MCC Rising, then into, or I forgot about All-Stars. I forgot about All-Stars was another non-canon event. But, I mean, JoJo's on this tear. But I don't know. It's a lot of, you know, mid to lower tier players on Purple. So I don't know if JoJo can carry it, but JoJo is amazing.
With an average of 7088, I think this team honestly is better than the statistics say. We have seen that JoJo can absolutely pop off. I actually think it's a very similar team to the team that JoJo had in the last event. I think that the players they have are relatively interchangeable, and I actually can't wait to see the kind of fun plays JoJo can come up with. I was watching JoJo's POV on stream, and I thought JoJo looked very calm and collected. She informed me she in fact was not even remotely calm and collected and was violently shaking between games. If we can get those nerves or the adrenaline under control, I think we can see a JoJo Solos 3K coins very, very soon. This event, who knows? I think it could be coming really, really soon. Again, I think we're going to have immaculate vibes, and I'm looking forward to watching MCC Pride. And the final team, and I'm not being biased here, I'm just joking, I'm absolutely being biased. I think this is my favorite team. Jacksepticeye, Rambo, Crank Gameplays, and Sapnap. Sapnap and Rambo are the boys. I have literally won with Sapnap.
Now, obviously, Sapnap, arguably the best player out of Season 2. Rambo's typically around like 10 to 14, 15. So, really, that's all that Sapnap needs is another player that can hold their own. And then you got Jacksepticeye and Crank Gameplays. So we'll see. This is going to be interesting.
Had a blast with Rambo. I've known Crank Gameplays for, I think, 9 years now. Wow. It's been a long time that I've known Ethan. And Jacksepticeye was literally always one of my favorite YouTubers as I was stepping into YouTube as well. So unbelievably cool to see this team be put together. I think they're going to have a blast. The difference is with this team and the teams that have new players otherwise is they have Rambo and Sapnap, who are 2 very strong players. We've seen that Sapnap can essentially carry a team on his own. Now he's paired up with Rambo, who can also do it. I don't think that Jack and Ethan are going to struggle to play in this event. I think once they understand the games, that they have a good fighting chance. And I think this team is a team that can compete with Red to actually go on and win the event. Fun fact for you guys, this is a totally irrelevant fact, I suppose, but the reason I know Ethan is because years and years ago, PewDiePie did a shout-out competition, and it was actually Jacksepticeye who won that. There was 10 channels that got featured. Jacksepticeye won it, and by chance, myself, my friend Edge, and Crank Gameplays were all put in the description as honorable mentions. And that's how we all started chatting, which is just a wacky little crossover fact for you all. So enjoy that one. Little piece of CPK history for you there. So when we come over to the actual team builder, obviously all you can see is a bunch of numbers. A lot of it is irrelevant to you guys. You don't need to think about it. But we can see here that the predicted averages outcome.
Yep.
Would be red, pink, orange, aqua, yellow, lime, purple, cyan, green, blue. Now green, again, I was really just throwing names in. I mean, Niachu for Valkyrie, I think could be like relatively accurate. I gave Gumi for Saikuno, because I think there could actually be some, crossover and ability there. I gave Laser Beam Zeus because again,
just 2 teams.
That could be actually a little generous, but Laser Beam actually does have stats of around 1,200, I believe, and that is literally the average here. I know we're going off Season 2 average, so it may be a little out. And I left Ludwig with his Season 1 scores, but, does that transfer over to Season 2 when you haven't played in so long? Probably not. So these are to be taken with a pinch of salt, is what I'm saying. I genuinely believe that blue has a big chance here. I actually think that the battle for 9th between green and blue is going to be as exciting as the battle for 1st between red and pink. But what's interesting is where orange is lacking in average statistics, which again, these numbers, you take them with a pinch of salt, you know. Orange and red have full teams of players who have played in the event before, whereas pink is coming in with 2 newcomers. So it really comes down to how much they practice before the event or pick the games up very quickly, or how much Rambo and Sapnap can pull off in terms of their own scores. I do kind of see it as a 3-way duel for 1st, though. I think it's going to be between red, pink, and orange. I think it's going to be very close, and I think it's genuinely going to be an absolute blast of an event. Last Pride was super fun, and I'm sure this Pride is going to be super fun as well.
Technoblade was in the last Pride. Actually, that was Technoblade's last MCC.
It's going to be interesting watching some of these teams play the more complex games. Things like Sands of Time, I think, is going to be a nightmare for new players, as it usually is. It's just a lot to take in. Hole in the Wall would be a lot of fun to watch, I think. I think we're going to see the return of survival games because, again, it's kind of a staple of Minecraft. I think even these people who have barely played the game will probably have played survival games at some point. Build Mart, I think, is a given. I think we're guaranteed to see Build Mart in this event. But I'm definitely most excited to see those games that I think are going to be the tougher ones for people to get to grips with. So it's time to get to the point where I discuss what I think my predictions are, and you guys can tell me if you agree or you disagree, but either way, we're gonna go for it. All right, that actually didn't take me too long at all. The names just sort of fell into place, and I'm gonna leave it as it is. We're gonna go for some interesting ones here. I am gonna back the orange W. All right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take orange 1st, red 2nd, but red and pink are so close. I'm gonna go yellow 4, lime 5, aqua 6, purple 7, cyan 8. This one is so hard, all right? But listen, I'm going to give it to you honestly. This is my own bias.
Now, hold on, chat. God, okay. Orange. He's putting orange. You never bet against Sapnap, though, when he has... This is really tough, chat. Okay. So... I think this is so freaking tough. Because pink is really good. Oh, but then they got some random players. I don't know. I think I'm going to go. I hate going against. I can't go against Sapnap. I'm saying it. Red, pink, in Dodgeball. And Dream just losing in Dodgeball. I have to say red is going to win. Orange is right there. And then the rest, the in-betweeners, you know, I think it's just a bunch of randomness. But I think this is what it's going to be interesting about, is the last. And I agree. Is it going to be blue or green? And I'm going to be watching green, fam. There's just so many big names in there. That's going to be some fun content. Listen,
I'm going to give it to you honestly. This is my own bias. I want to see the Simmers finish 9th. Now, we have had the Simmers come in 9th before. I'm not saying that this is something they've never done, but I think this is a great event for it. I think this is going to be an absolutely hilarious event to watch. I think there's going to be lots of cool plays that come out of it. So the top 10s are going to pop off as well. But these are my top 10. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you hate me? Do you like me?
I semi-agree. I semi-agree.
More now.
Like
Who knows? Thank you guys so much for watching.
It's just a must.
I've been CPK, one of the hosts of all things MCC, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Let's go! CPK, I love you, fam. I love you. Let me bring you back in and put on some tunage. Whoop! Dropping Pokemon cards. Oh, shit. Hold on. Hold on, chat. Whoa. You simmer down there, Umbreon. Freaking out on me, dude. Fam! That is right. I think we're only 2 weeks away from MCC Pride 22. Again, one of my biggest takeaways is the fact that Technoblade's not here. We actually haven't seen him content or anything I hope he's doing good. I know he was recovering well. I hope he's doing good. I thought we would see him in the next Pride, but it's all good though. But yeah, I think it's really coming down to 3 teams that's gonna win. You got red, pink, and orange. Orange is really good. Lumina is just one of those top tier players. And again, they have a full team that's played. Red is so good though. I mean, you got Dream and Goggy, and Goggy's been doing great lately. But Then you got Pink with Sapnap and Rambo. With 2 players though, first time, so I don't know, fam. This is gonna be tough, but yeah, I can't believe that Dream is gonna lose, you know, another dodgeball. I don't believe it. So that is what I have going on. Let me know in the comments what you agree with mine or CPK's. I hope to see you all at Pride. I got the hiccups. Enjoy the rest of your day, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, be kind of one another. And that's all I got. Boom! I'm out. Comment below. This was gang. Peace out, fam. Woo woo. Love you guys. Woo.